Bevan's still not satisfied just yet, and now he tells him to play on. Or he will. It's in the middle now, and now we will, in fact, play on. Mark taken. And once again, we'll see if it's the same guy. He's coming all the way back. And it is, in fact, Bevan Charlton White. He had the goal to put this team ahead. The wind is still in that sort of left or right direction. And he is about 60 meters out. He'll be 50 when he lets it go. Kick is up on the way. He starts it left. It comes back, and it comes through. Another goal to Bevan Charlton White. And the Swans extend their lead to 9 points. Watch AFL scoreboard. The Swans go to 4-1-25. St. Louis 2-4-16. We're underway. Goes out into the middle of the ground, whacked out of there by the number 6, who we don't have a name to attach to the number. Send it back, whistle blew. Oh, over the top, a mark was taken by Clifton, who accidentally copped one in the nose. The famous spin bowler, as here is Clifton. Goes in, nice mark again, and it's BCW once again. Bevan Charlton White, who has 2, and he's going to go back to try for his 3rd. You can hear them trying to sledge him. There's somebody who's in his ear. I can't tell who exactly it is. But the kick is up on the way. It's the same way, and it's going to be the same result. That's 3 for Bevan Charlton White. 5-1-31 Chicago on the Watch AFL scoreboard. The lead's out to 15 points. St. Louis 2-4-16, and what was a close game is now blown out to a 2.5-goal margin. Well, the Swannies had been, I think, largely for the longest time, they were very inconsistent. They sometimes would play well on the road, sometimes not. But they are standing up to the challenge of St. Louis here. Ball goes down, over to get it. Picking that one up was Clifton. Getting away after the hit there was Edwards. Drops in front, gonna get picked up, gets through, sends this one back the other way. And it drops all the way back. Over after it again is Caution. Sending this one in. Well, the mark was taken. Rather, it was Caution, and Lemon was in there as well, Rose Lemon, and it was Zenajak who had the first goal of the game. And this will be a difficult kick. The way he's standing, this will be into the wind. 5 minutes to go. They need 3 goals. Wind's starting to bluster a little bit further. Zenajek goes on the way. He didn't get it far enough to the right and kind of ended up going back almost straight once it's straightened up, but it's through for a behind. 2-5-17 for St. Louis. 5-1-31 Chicago. It's back to 14 points. Brian Barish here with you. Game 2 of 6 coming towards its conclusion. Out to the near side now, goes up. Marked over the top nicely by Brad Clifton. And you mentioned the wind. My watch says it's at 10 with gusts of 13. I don't know that I believe that. It feels a lot more than 13 miles an hour. This one is kicked down the line, almost taking the mark over the top, as that was Gibbons who took the mark. And here comes Kinder, slaloming his way through, has a bounce. The kick, however, was not great, Bob. And it's marked the other way by Chicago, sending this one in. Going up high, punched free, out in front, and the whistle. And holding off the ball was the call. Not allowed to hold your opponent or tackle them unless they have the football. 3.5 to go. Swans up by 14. It drops in front. Handballed in by Martin. Stayed with it. Oh, that was an awkward, as Joel Friesen got an awkward something. I couldn't tell if it was an elbow, but ends up being marked in the pocket by the Swans. This is Callum McKern. McKern will go forward. Goal would probably shut the door on this game. Deflects through for a behind. That's good enough for the Swans. 5-2-32 on the Watch AFL scoreboard, out to 15 points. 2-5-17 St. Louis. About 2 minutes to go. So it looks like Chicago's going to win. And so they'll be back on this field at 1 p.m. local time. Mark was taken by Danilo. They'll play the loser of Minnesota and North Texas next, and then finish the day at 3:30 against the winner of that game. Danilo sends this one down. Marked all alone once again. Bevan Charlton White, beg your pardon. Bevan Charlton White, who has 3 goals in the game already, will try to add a 4th. And percentage, remember, is the first tiebreaker, so the goal here would make it very advantageous to them. And once again, they're in his ear, and once again, he sends it out to the left. This time, it's just through for a behind. 1 minute to go. Well, roughly, of course, remember we had some time added on, so Chicago leading by 16 points. It's 5-3-33 to St. Louis 2-5-17. Swans have done very well to control play. It looked like with Zanajek's goal that he kicked both of them so far, but it looked like that the Blues would be in with a bit of a chance, but they've had good movement through the middle, especially with Kolkmeyer moving it well. C. Stewart has had a few touches, O'Shaughnessy as well, Danilo, Marshall, but they've all been feeding it to the big man and Charlton White. This is Danilo. This one is going to come awfully close, but it was touched before the line. And that is that. And that is full time at the football. And the Chicago Swans have opened their Central Regional Championship day with a 17-point victory. The final score, it's the Chicago Swans 5-4-34 to the St. Louis Blues 2-5-17. A very good game to open for both teams. The Blues were in it from the beginning, but the Swans were too good. And the Swans have gone on to win again 34-17. So it will be Chicago who will be back here at 1 p.m. to take on the loser of the Minnesota North Texas game. And then at 3:30 p.m., of course, this is all Central Time. You're watching us back in Australia. We are about 15 hours behind Melbourne. And so St. Louis will take on the winner of that game over on Field 2 between Minnesota and Texas. Coming up next, it's our third game of the day as we head back to Division 2. It is the 1-0 Nashville Kangaroos and the 0-1 Des Moines Roosters on the other side. From Olathe, Kansas, you're watching the 2025 USAFL Central Regional Championships presented by Tasmanian here on AussieRulesUSA.com.
This presentation of the USAFL is brought to you by Tasmanian. Quietly pursue the extraordinary. Coopers, Australian made and owned. Coopers Beer. Odin Mortgage and Tax. CyberSolve IQ, the cybersecurity partner of the USAFL. HBC Event Services. Premier Sports Medicine. And Visit Tucson Sports.